Here's my belated Lockout review.
It's the world's most secure prison. It holds the planet's deadliest criminals. It's impenetrable because it's not on Earth.
Space! No one can hear you scream. No, wait, that's aliens. In space, no one can hear you make a good movie, because no one wants a good movie. It's like this movie that even appreciates this movie. I think that's handled well. People really knock this movie down because it's not intellectual, and it's not capable of being amazing. But it's a fun time. Me and my friends went, a couple, and we were just like having a good time. We had fun, you know? This movie is a good time. The way it begins is the main character, Guy Pearce, is getting knocked out by an interrogation, and the credits come up, and I like how they come up like he's like this, and he's like this, and his jokes, he has good dialogue. But the situation is, did he kill this one guy? And you like the guy so much, they're like, no, no, he didn't kill him. I mean, yeah, he killed the bad guy, but no, no, I don't believe him. And then there's this chase, and some people really don't like this movie because of this chase. Looks like a video game chase with a motorcycle, and like things like going, like blowing up behind him and all that. It does look like bad CGI, but it's like the best um effects in this movie. It's like the only effect in it's the only scene that it happens, which is cool.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Do you dream while you're under?
I'm going to dream about you.
You want to test me?
Sit down!
He's got a gun!
Mr. President?
There's been a massive takeover on MS-1.
And so the president's daughter goes to space to look at something like a jail cell for mentally challenged people. Not mentally challenged, but like the mental crazies. And you're like, okay. Then this one CIA agent guy who's in the process in the holding, he brings a gun, which he isn't supposed to, and he gets really upset at the fact that the guy is saying some bad stuff at him. And so he gets taken over by the bad guy, and now we have a plot of a movie, and it's kind of a weak setup.
My daughter is on a goodwill mission on that station.
There's only one man who can get her out.
Who?
Snow. He's the best there is. But he's a loose cannon.
You need a little character development, and they don't give you really any. You just go along with the characters. They're like cookie cutter characters, and it does feel a bit like a TV show would feel like, but it looks really good. The movie, like the setting and like the cinematography and the effects look really cool. It's like Arkham Asylum in space. There are some silly, kind of pointless scenes where this one guy's like, I'm gonna push the button. Leave it. Oh, come on, I need to push it. Come on. I said leave it. Oh, I had to come. Oh, come on. I like the characters, and the actors play them really well. Especially this one guy, the leader of the bad guys. He's the one that you can reason with.
Don't get me wrong, it's a dream vacation. I mean, I'd go into space, I'd get inside the maximum security nut house, get past all the psychos, save the president's daughter if she's not dead already. I'm thrilled that you would think of me.
Get in there.
God, I hate heights.
When they tell the president, look, your daughter, there's been an evacuation, a takeover, the president's like, no. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I would wanted a more decent reaction. Your daughter is being like a hostage in space. So what are you gonna do? Not just be like, oh no. The best parts about this movie is when this guy tells Guy Pearce and secretly about this other guy, Mace. He's like telling him secrets in the cup and on the table. It's pretty cool. And the dialogue between Maggie Grace, who is always wonderful. Didn't do much in Taken, but still good. Does much more here and still excellent. And her and Guy Pearce, I mean, they just knock it out, you know? Their plan is kind of horrible because they just want to rescue the president's daughter. And we're like, what about the other hostages? Huh? No, we don't care about them.
The gravity generator will hold you up.
You gotta trust me on this.
Really?
What the hell are you doing?
I am bringing you back from the dead.
Then again, with the pointless scenes. This one guy's like, oh, I need a doctor to stitch this up. And then the guy goes in, he sees the girl dressed up in a lab coat. He's like, okay, you doc, let's go. When he just saw a woman, like, put stitches on the president's daughter, and he thinks the president's daughter is a doctor, it just doesn't make much sense, some scenes. Some of the dialogue between the other characters seem a little forced and uneven, along with Guy Pearce's dialogue. But it all works out well. And the movie goes by really fast because it's a short movie!
Can I have your attention? Our meal ticket is a woman. We need her alive.
Note to bad guys, don't trust the good guy's side, cause they're good side and bad guy's side. Just don't. Everyone can make bad moves in this movie, even Maggie Grace. Ah, Guy Pearce and the other guy are fighting? I should assume both of them are bad guys, so I'm gonna hit the main good guy in the face. There's this one great scene where Maggie Grace has to find more oxygen, and the way she does, I was like, oh wow. The movie really picks up in the second half because they do a lot more cooler and edgier stuff.
What the hell is happening here?
It's falling out of the sky.
Come back to me, my little Emily.
I couldn't tell who Mace was at first. I was like, is it him or... Oh, okay, cool. Guy Pearce makes a lot of political jokes in this movie, and they're quite hilarious. There are too many moments when the main characters are just standing or hiding or whatnot, and then, like, the bad guys come in, and they're gone in a flash. Those, I mean, they're surprising, but they're just kind of useless.
Impact on the eastern seaboard in 8 minutes.
We're gonna get out of here.
What if this doesn't work?
Well, then we're probably gonna...
There are a lot of surprise twists and turns you do not see coming. There also wasn't a real end climactic battle between Guy Pearce and the bad guys over Maggie Grace. No, it's just a stab and that's it. And then it becomes like Star Wars, pew pew with the ships, and it just becomes insane. And then the ending happens and you're like, whoa, okay. Cause there's no welcome back to Earth. Cause they get back to Earth and then she does something and he does something. And then the movie ends. And I forgot, the movie ends with, so, how good are you in sex? Well, give me 10 minutes. Dun 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 dun, end credits. Yeah, it's a bit silly, but it works. Maggie Grace and Guy Pearce have a good relationship thing, you know? They don't like each other, but they like each other.
Don't worry, it's perfectly safe.
A simple thank you is enough.
Rated PG-13. Starts April 13th.